uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Welcome backstage for VIPs. Welcome for anything goes, whatever you want to talk about. You can do it. You deserve it. You have the freedom, the right to do it. Welcome, welcome all. And thank you so much. James, I'm wondering why you're not here. Why are you waiting on it like that? It helps us in so many ways to get the job done. And I do appreciate it. And we're going to continue to have some special stuff for you to say thanks and to also make it interesting for you. James is here, the producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, A Little White Racist, as you all know by now. And Andre is here, the audio engineer. And the reason of the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
This is news to me.
What?
This is news to me.
Oh, you didn't notice? Oh, you didn't tell him?
I told him, but I didn't tell him that he was going to be starring.
Oh. Andre is surprised that he's here. He's like, this is news to me. Oh, I thought he told you, Andre.
Nope.
Yeah. Why didn't tell him?
To surprise him.
Oh.
Set me up.
And the reason that they're here is the other day, maybe last week, sometime, I found out that neither one of these guys support or believe in interracial marriage. I was stunned. And primarily because they're so young. And but neither one, Andre nor James, support same-sex, not same-sex, but interracial marriage. And I was stunned. I asked Andre, and I was shocked at his response. He's like, hell no. He doesn't support it. And why don't you support it, Andre?
Because I don't.
But first of all, is it true you do not support interracial marriage?
Absolutely, it's true.
Absolutely, it's true.
Yeah.
That means without a doubt.
This is one thing I would not switch on.
Really?
Yeah.
And why?
Because I think each culture should just stick to their own because of usually how that culture is raised throughout generations, the values that they have. They should share those values within themselves. They should not crossbreed like that.
When you say values, if they're good values, good people have those same values.
Yes.
If they're bad values, bad people have those same values. So if they come together, they still bring together the same values.
But it's not always that.
What do you mean by good?
But it's not always that people have good values. For instance, I would not want my daughter or my son to marry someone from a different religion that is from a different race because they're not going to bring the values that I carry. Based on where they've been raised or the parents that they've had to that specific race, they've been raised differently than, for instance, my parents would have raised me with different set of values.
How about if you found a person of different color with the same values that you have?
No.
And the same religion?
No. Still no.
Well, you just don't want it anyway then.
And the reason for that is because I wouldn't want to crossbreed, let's say, for example...
Crossbreed?
Yes, a German Shepherd with a poodle. I wouldn't want to do that.
But human beings are not animals.
I understand they're not, but we're different. That's a fact.
Would you want your daughter marrying a black man?
No, never.
No, never.
And it's not because...
You never would want your daughter to marry a black man?
No, any other race.
Or your son to marry a black woman?
It doesn't have to be black. It can be any other color.
But let's say you had the choice between your daughter married a black man or a white man, which would you...
None.
If you had to choose one.
I wouldn't choose any of them. It would be her choice, obviously, but I would not accept that.
What's wrong with marrying a black man?
There's nothing wrong specifically about the black man. The black man should marry a black woman.
Why?
That's just how it's supposed to be.
Says who?
Me. This is my beliefs. It doesn't matter what other people think. I don't care about that.
Oh,
This is my family. This is my beliefs. This applies to only to, let's say, my children,
wow.
or would apply.
And James, you don't think interracial marriages should happen either.
Right.
Why not?
It doesn't look right. Most people know that too. Most you go to any traditional good family, they don't encourage this diversity stuff. They don't encourage this interracial marriage. I mean, it may if it should happen, I guess okay, but
What's that? What do you mean should happen?
like say Moses goes out into the desert, and then all he finds is this Ethiopian woman or whatever. I don't know what she was, but
All he finds is this little black Ethiopian woman laying around.
then I guess that's okay. But you look at it, it doesn't look right. You see these white guys with Asian girls. They don't look right. It looks like the Asian girl is just using him, and the white guy looks like he's too weak to find his own race.
How about a black and a white? Let's say a white
It doesn't
woman
look right
with a
either.
black man.
It doesn't because
It doesn't look right?
Yeah,
What do you mean it doesn't look right?
because you see this pasty white person against a black person. It just doesn't. It doesn't match.
Oh, Jesus.
And the cultures are really different.
Yep.
And in practice, okay, say they both love God, that's nice, but in practice, people don't really love God. They're into their culture, and they really don't have proper love and respect for each other's cultures.
What would you do if your daughter decided to marry outside of her race?
What would I do?
Yes.
I would say I don't encourage this. But you're an adult.
You would tell your daughter you don't encourage that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would raise her in a way that doesn't happen, hopefully.
Oh, so you would raise her
Yes,
to know that it's not good to marry outside of her race.
absolutely. And
You-
this is ingrained in my culture.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
You were taught that?
Mm-hmm. I don't ever remember being told that. That's just how it was.
You just knew not to marry outside of your race.
Yeah, just it's not. It doesn't work that way. I don't know. It's against my conscience, I guess.
Your people
Mm-hmm.
that moves here
Yes.
are now starting to marry outside their race.
Yes, they are.
And you people don't like that, right?
We don't like that, and we don't encourage that at all.
Kim and Kanye.
Oh God,
Sonny and Cher.
they're the worst people.
And James, Irma's like to know, why do you guys, and Andre, why do you guys care as long as it's not a family member or your own child? It's none of your business.
Because I care about people. I don't want people to mess up themselves. You marry the wrong person, that's kind of messing up your own life.
And Andre, you say?
I care because I don't think that folks should be mixing at all. Because again, if I want to preserve my culture, then I bring in someone from my own culture. I don't want it to be mixed up with other cultures. Other cultures have their, they have their beauty, and mine has mine, and I don't want that being mixed together. I want mine to be different than theirs.
It's kind of perverted.
Yeah, I mean,
Perverted.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. It just
Irma said it's not your business.
it is because if I'm raised with a set of values, and that values are shared among quote unquote my people, let's call it that for the sake of the argument, then I wouldn't want other things introduced to it. Or I wouldn't want mine to introduce to others either.
What do you say, James, when Irma says it's not your business?
I'm not telling people not to.
I am.
You're just saying you think it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not right, it's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it's morally wrong, but it is weird, and it's like an indicator of something not right.
You say it's morally wrong, Andre?
I don't know what that means. I don't know how
What does
it
that
would
mean?
be called morally wrong. I don't.
When you say morally wrong, what do you mean?
What are you thinking when you're saying morally wrong?
That it's like a sin.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But
A sin.
I don't think it's a sin. But I'm in favor of preserving what was there for generations and generations. What was passed down from grandfather to father, son, and etc. I don't want that broken just because all of a sudden I decide to marry a Asian woman. Let's say I don't want that lineage to just disappear. I don't want to mix that up. I would want that preserved.
He almost said bury an Asian woman.
No.
But it is my business. We all have a right to have an opinion about what we see in the world.
So it is your business.
Yeah.
So you're telling Irma to back off?
Yeah.
Guy, welcome backstage, buddy.
Oh man, I'm ready. Irmis has got my back. You got my back, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Okay, those two little racist people. they're trying to rationalize garbage. Now, guess what?
What?
I know that they're not saying it's wrong. If that's the case, I'd have to go kill the husband of my nephew and one of my son-in-laws.
The wife of your nephew?
Yeah.
And
No, her husband, because he's black, and my son-in-law is Hispanic.
But,
wow.
But that's its own punishment. The punishment for this is not killing
Then
them.
you told me, then that means, let me finish, James. I know that you're a little racist. I talk to you every day. You know that. And what I'm trying to say is that you can't rationalize it. First of all, good people, good follows good, and both her husband's good, and my son-in-law is a good person. Takes care of my grandsons and does the right things.
And you say, James?
It's good they do the right thing, but it's kind of hippie language to say that it all goes together and it's all fine. Because
I know I'm not saying, it is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I meant as long as he takes care of everything and takes care of business at home and treats my daughter right, I'm not going to be unhappy with it.
When you look at it, sometimes you see them together. Is there a part of your mind or something that says, well, this picture doesn't look quite right?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
No.
What do you want?
I can't.
He's
I'm not going to. Hey, you just had a gentleman that tries. There's nothing can rationalize. When you have good is good. Now, I'm rationalizing good.
Respond to what? Go ahead, James.
you're desensitized to this diversity stuff. That they're
Do what
pushing.
now?
I think you're desensitized to this diversity stuff.
No, you're talking to a guy that wouldn't go to diversity classes. I quit it. I got in trouble.
Good can be good. Let it be good. That's fine. I understand all that. But let it be good within their own race.
Well,
There's nothing. I mean, good can remain good. Let them find good within themselves. Because with let's say my culture and again, quote unquote, my people, for the sake of the argument, there comes an ancestry, a history, a legacy that I would not want to just cut that chain by marrying someone outside of that culture. I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to keep that going.
And they're making white people out to be racist for wanting this traditional view of marriage to your own race, when none of the other cultures are for it, except in the sense of using white people.
Oh, well.
All the other cultures, Asians, blacks, they all
Yes.
idealize sticking with your own race.
Yes. It's common.
do?
Yes.
Yeah, blacks used to be that way too. They in the good old days, blacks were not for mixing the races.
The perverted blacks say, "Oh, the white women," and the Asians like white women. They think that they're pretty, but they will never marry them. And the same thing with,
What about a white guy marrying an Asian?
same thing. White guys find Asian girls pretty, like they have lower standards for Asian girls than they have for their own race, because you're used to seeing your own race, so you can pick out the beauty from the plainness.
I was talking to a guy at the gym the other day, and out of nowhere, he told me he was married to an Asian woman, and they had kids, and I'm like, well, why did you marry an Asian woman? He said Asian women are the preferred women, and black guys are the preferred guys nowadays.
I think it's an indication of a personality weakness.
The guys are preferred?
Yeah, black
You're
guys are
trying to rationalize anything. No, that's not.
That's what he told me. I didn't know. I said I didn't know that Asian women were the preferred women, and I didn't know that preferred women for men, and I didn't know that black men were the preferred guys for women.
All things aside, I don't think there is a valued argument against preserving your own culture. I don't think you can argue against that. Preserving your own ancestry and your lineage, your DNA, your everything, your blood. Preserving that, I don't think there's an argument against that.
Well, I don't know about you, but my culture is like Heinz dog food. It's all blended. I've got Irish, all kinds of races in my blood. So what I'm getting at. There is no pure white, and I don't know. You're what race are you?
Armenian.
Armenian.
Yes.
Now is that an olive skin color?
It
is now.
Yeah, you can. It is now. Yeah, you can call that.
It olive skin. Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask you then. So if there is an Armenian that looks like a Caucasian,
My wife looks Caucasian.
Okay.
Yeah, she does.
She's white as snow.
Let me.
She wasn't mixed.
She wasn't mixed. Yes.
She was a pure Armenian.
So you're mixed?
I am. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
But that's how the Mexicans are, and yet the Mexicans want to stick with Mexicans.
I have Syrian in me. Unfortunately.
Hey, Jesse.
Yeah.
I need Ermis to give both those guys a black eye.
All right, I'll tell you.
Really, I like them both. They're both smart young men. Yeah. Even if one's a racist and the other one's olive Armenian, that isn't pure, got good brain. Even in Christmas, purity. Jesse.
I know.
Hey, I just want to compliment you. You've had two great guests. That author, Mr. Riley, that I'm getting his book right away.
Yes.
And the lady, a real woman,
yesterday
came on your show. You need to keep people like that on your show all the time.
Yes. Well, I have to thank James for that.
Guy. Jeez.
James find the guest.
Give James a back eye then.
Yeah, he get the guest for the show, so I thank him for that as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Thank you. Let me ask one quick question. Which is better, a pure breed, right, animal, or a half breed?
You really? Can I use a dog as an example?
Yes.
Okay, a purebred dog has more illness and sicknesses to him than Heinz variety dog, a mutt.
So a pure breed is better?
No, it's not better. You didn't hear me. It has more diseases, and they're hard to take care of. Where a mutt.
Is that true?
Yeah. Hey, I know about dogs, Jesse.
Maybe that's kind of like incest.
But
pure breed mean that he has no other blood in him but the original blood, right?
Right.
No mixing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like incest.
All right.
Oh.
Oh man, where are we going with this conversation?
All right. I'm shocked that my workers are racist.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not a racist.
I have to call and talk to all the time. I'm shipping him a book. I'm going to read that book, How to Rationalize.
Yes.
And I'm going to ship it to him so he makes sure he reads that book, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Guy.
Hey, God bless all you.
You too, my friend.
Even that olive guy.
All right.
You too.
Thanks, Guy. Is it full bred or full breed?
Full bred.
Because he said bred.
Both.
He said either way.
Yeah.
So, which do you think is better, full bred human being or a mixed one?
I don't know.
What do you think, James?
Purebred.
I mean, if you only had Armenian blood,
I would like that.
which is better to have? Which is make
That.
a better person? Armenian blood?
I don't know the person.
Or mixed blood?
I don't think that has anything to do with the person. That whether it makes him a good person or a bad person.
I bet you one that's not mixed is stronger than the one that is mixed.
Less messed up.
I bet it does weaken it.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't have any
Because,
knowledge
for
about that.
example, black people who are just black people only, they are stronger looking.
Especially the descendants of slaves.
Yeah, they're stronger
Well, meaning
looking.
physically, are you talking about physically?
Yeah.
Maybe physically that may be true, but as far as good or bad person, I don't think that has anything to do
Well,
with it.
because I don't mean like a personality.
Personality. Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
Look and
I
strength.
agree with that. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would think they would be more healthier, I guess. I don't know.
Because I noticed I noticed that your wife is 100% Armenian, right?
She is.
And
Yes.
she's beautiful. She's prettier than those mixed women Armenian.
I agree.
Yeah.
I can't agree with that one.
Robert.
I can't not agree with that one.
Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Good, buddy. Welcome backstage,
I'm
sir.
Thank you. Listen, you're talking about this race mixing of colors. And I hate to bust everybody's bubble, but everybody here in America and around the world are mixed with just about everything. Let me give you an example. You, Jesse,
But that doesn't
you're a
make-
black man.
Right.
You're a black man, so if you go out and marry a black woman, does she have to have exactly the same mixture of blood that you have? Because if you look at you, you don't look like a black African.
But
You're
we're not.
Americanized.
But I'm mixed.
But you're mixed with white, Indian,
yes.
Spaniard, so I don't understand what your two good workers are talking about, because if they look at their hairs and do their DNA, they're going to find out that they're not all as pure as they believe either. And when they go out and look for this woman, they're not as pure as they think. It's just all a moot point to even talk about it.
Well, I think they recognize that, but they're saying the best way and the right way is not to be mixed. Am I
Yes,
right?
and we're not talking about color here. The color is not. That's beside the fact. We're talking about culture, not color. The way you're raised and your values. The color has nothing to do with this. I'm an olive-skinned person, but my culture and values are the same as I share with my wife. That's the
Are you
important
Christian?
part. Yes.
Okay, so that's your culture, right?
Not only that, the environment that I was raised
Well,
in.
see, that's
there's a
that's
lot
my
more
whole
to it.
point.
No, there's
I
a lot
mean,
more to it. You can't just say Christian and then just,
You
okay, that's
were
it.
raised upon what you was taught, and you grew up that way to
Yes.
believe that.
Yes.
So it's just impossible for you to walk the earth and sustain that.
What is that supposed to mean?
You can't just go around saying, well, I'm going to marry an Armenian or whatever your culture is,
You already
and
did.
hope to find what happens.
I already did.
What
and-
happens if you happen to? What happens if you happen to accidentally fall in love with someone that ain't that?
That's
No,
my fault.
No,
You just,
But that's not my way of thinking. That's when I go out to pick someone, I'm already conditioned to pick. I already have an image that I'm
Exactly.
looking for. I already know what I'm looking for. So I'm going to disregard all the other stuff.
sometimes that don't always work out.
I mean, I
that
understand
way.
there's exception to the rule, but I'm talking generally here. I'm talking what would be preferred, not what would happen in an individual case.
Would you marry a white woman, Robert?
If don't ask me that, because my wife's right in the next room, okay? but right now, I ain't looking bad. But if that person loves me and takes care of me and is willing to follow me and the way I am, absolutely. And if it was good for Moses, it's got to be good for me.
How about
Okay.
you? What do you have to say on this, James?
So, I'm an old soul. I don't believe in this stuff.
And that's your belief system. That's the way you was taught and raised to believe.
I
But
wasn't really taught this.
Exactly.
I wasn't taught or raised this way. I mean, I grew up. My earliest crush was white. My second longest crush was Mexican, and then my other crushes were Asian. And then I realized this is not. I knew all along it wouldn't really look right.
So it's all about how it looks instead of what you. This is all just smoke and mirrors.
It's more than that.
You know.
Because say if I were to get to with one of these Asians or one of these Mexicans, they're not into. They look down on white people.
Yeah.
That's the day. I mean, that's the way it is in the. What I'm saying is, they're not all like that. This is the way we all look at the blacks today. They're out to lunch. Where'd that come from? there's good blacks and there's liberal blacks.
No, I understand that.
Come from?
Well, I think
So-
what they're
so I
saying,
don't marry-
Robert, it doesn't look right. When you see it, there's something about you that let you know that there's something wrong with mixed marriages. Right, Bill?
Well, I think that's
Not only it's not going to look right, it's not going to. I don't think it's going to work right as well because you do not share the same
The entire culture is different.
It's different. Maybe it is. It's kind of okay-ish in the United States because there's so many different people, and yet they're all raised kind of with similar values because they all live in the same place, basically. But when you go outside of the United States, where you go to smaller countries where there are only, let's say, Armenians or only a certain other race, Syrians or whatever, it changes. Everything changes. I cannot integrate myself with, when I come here, I can't fully integrate myself with another culture. I won't be able to get along 100% of the time with another culture, another person who's been raised in a different culture with different values.
And even the United States has lost its American identity from all this diversity stuff because the American culture and the American values have fallen to the side in favor of this diversity and this
Yeah, see how it's
cultural
not working
relativity.
out?
Well,
It's not
now
working.
we're talking two different things here. I don't think that's what Jesse started this conversation on. There, that you basically were saying, would you marry out of your race? And now we're turning it into a culture thing. Absolutely, you're saying what is true, but we're in America where in the beginning, when we started bringing in all these different cultures, didn't you not think it was going to get mixed? Didn't you think the white blood was going to get mixed? And look at me.
That
I
was
don't
their
look like
intention.
a black African. I'm an American black man.
I don't
I'm proud
think
to be
white
it.
people thought that would happen. I don't think they thought they would mix races if they allowed cultures to come in. When I look at Billy, I don't see American. I see a confused, mixed young man. I can't tell if he's white or
Exactly
black.
Right. Well, that's all
Robert,
I have.
can I talk to your wife?
Yes. She's at work right now, and I doubt she very much will want to talk with you anyway. But I'll try to get her to call in one time.
Okay, I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for calling in, Robert.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me go quickly to the Bible go-to guy in Los Angeles. Welcome backstage, sir.
Thank you, Jesse. Interesting conversation. I don't have much to.
Would you marry?
do
you support interracial marriage?
Well, I do only in the sense that I would want to improve my skin. I can't. I am so pure white. So there is no one whiter white than me. I can sunburn in less than 2 minutes.
So you just want to improve the color.
But your skin
I
wouldn't
just
improve.
want to have some protection. I want my kids to have some protection from the sun so they can enjoy the beach without wearing a hat and long clothing on their arms and gloves on their hands.
So you would marry? Would you personally marry outside of your race?
I would.
Does it look abnormal when you see it?
It does.
It does. So everybody's saying yes, it look abnormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But
why would you
wanna-
rationalize it and do it then if it looks abnormal? It's like looking at two men together, two women. You can see that it's not.
They've been taught diversity.
You can see that as wrong. And so if it looks abnormal to you, why would you do it?
Like I said, just to improve the
No,
resistance
besides that,
to the
though.
sun.
Besides that, why would you do it if it looks abnormal to you?
Well, then I would. Without that rationalization, I would not.
See, you got to rationalize it to do wrong. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Wow. That was mind blowing. We may pick up on this tomorrow too. It's Open Line Friday tomorrow. I want the rest of the world to hear this. Wow. Thank you folks for tuning in and being a part of the backstage conversation and an All Access 24/7 Pass member. Thank you so much. Open Line Friday tomorrow. Have a good day.